Minia. I am a dating and relationship expert and an energy worker, and I am thrilled that you are here with me for day 2 of the 5-day self-love immersion. I hope that you are safe. I hope that you are healthy. And I hope that you are adjusting with grace and ease to everything that's happening around the world right now and in our own country. There is no better time than this to carve out space and carve out time and energy and resources to really immerse ourselves in building more resilient and deeper self-love. Self-love is such an important part of the human experience, and it really does support our movement through not only our relationships, not only finding better love and creating better love in our lives, but through our entire human experience. I wanted to talk today in day 2 about a concept that comes up a lot. It's a limitation that many women who have worked with me and even myself in my own journey have come to the table with. And it's a little bit of a mindset shift, a perspective shift when it comes to self-love that I think is deeply important. So we started day 1. If you haven't seen the day 1 video, the link is in the description here. But we started day 1 by just doing a general removal of blocks, of internal blocks to self-love. And there are many things in our lives, whether it be childhood experiences, trauma, limiting beliefs, not having good models for self-love. There are so many experiences in our lives that can contribute to the way that we show up when it comes to self-love. And one of those issues, one of those limitations to our experience I see happen a lot is we carry this collective belief that self-love is something that just happens, that it's an on-off switch, that we're either in self-love or we're out of self-love. We're, loving ourselves or we're not. And we sort of view self-love again as this on-off switch that we can just sort of flip with if we carry the right crystal or we take the right bath or we do the right full moon ritual, that will then be in self-love. And part of this immersion, part of my goal when I set out to make this content was to really gift people with a much more practical, much more accurate understanding of the concept of self-love, and then offer practical exercises to sort of help you move along that pathway. Because here's the truth about self-love that you need to know. It is a pathway. Self-love is a commitment. It's a practice. It's something that we have to continually engage in. And we can get really hard on ourselves if we're not in self-love, or if we don't love ourselves enough, or if we don't think we're loving ourselves well enough. And it's really easy to sort of like catch a lot of guilt and catch a lot of frustration when we believe we have some sort of shortcoming because we struggle to love ourselves. And I want today, if you walk away with anything from this entire immersion, whether it's day 1 or day 5, I would love for you to walk away with a lot of grace and a lot of kindness and some freedom around this concept of self-love. And can you shift your viewpoint of self-love from being something that you're either doing right or you're doing wrong, or a flip that you can switch on or off, to an understanding of an ongoing pathway that's going to have ups and downs. There's going to be shifts, there's going to be obstacles, there's going to be challenges, there's going to be points of growth. There'll be times when it's amazing and easy, and there'll be times when it's not. And I really love, an understanding of self-love that brings us sort of on a sliding scale of anything ranging from, self-hatred and self-dislike to self-acknowledgement, self-acceptance, self-like, and then self-love. And I'll put a link to a graphic also in the comments so you can kind of see this visually. It's something that I think is so important because our goal isn't for you to flip on some magic switch for self-love. Our goal is for you to be empowered to begin to move from wherever you are, wherever that is, fully accepting whatever your experience is in that moment, even if you don't like yourself yet. The important part is not how do I flip myself all the way into self-love. The important part is how do I accept where I am right now and make a practical commitment to working to move up that scale. Because it is a big thing. It is a big, giant, commendable thing if you can move from self-hatred to neutrality. If you can move from not liking yourself to simply honoring and acknowledging where you are. And even if it isn't sort of at this magic, goal of self-love yet, that's a big difference. There's a big difference between hatred and neutrality. And neutrality is that much closer to being able to offer yourself an experience of unconditional love. But we're never going to do it if we're trying to force and guilt ourselves into something that isn't accurate to begin with. You might not love yourself today. And I want you to leave this video knowing that that is okay. That this is a part of your human experience and your human journey and your human growth and your human evolution. And it's normal. And it is so completely normal to move up and down that scale of self-regard. And that scale of self-regard is going to shift and change depending on a lot of things that are happening around you. And I want you to learn in this moment to honor your journey. Honor your journey, honor where you are, and know that no matter where you are on that scale, you're never stuck there. If you don't like yourself today, just know that you're not stuck in that it is possible to move upward on the scale. It is possible to infuse more and more of an experience of unconditional love into your human relationship with yourself. You're not stuck where you are, and it is normal and okay to be wherever you are on that scale. And so my goal here today, again, is to just offer you this freedom and grace and ease and kindness around your self-love journey. And I want to encourage you not to hyper-focus on, I have to figure out how to love myself, this week or today or this hour or this moment. I have to figure out how to, unconditionally accept all of me. You don't. Again, this is about willingness to grow and learn and experience an ongoing path, an ongoing commitment, an ongoing experience of moving along a scale. And committing to moving along the scale does not require you to begrudge yourself for where you are in this moment. I hope that this lands with you. I hope it resonates with part of your soul that has been possibly struggling for a long time, for, a lot of your life, trying to figure out the self-love game. And if you leave today with just a little bit of, again, grace and ease and acceptance, then I've done my job, because beating yourself up, forcing it, is not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to aid you. It doesn't help you. It doesn't serve your best and highest purpose. What I would love to spend time doing with you today in this second day of our self-love immersion is to invite you to tap along with me. If you're not familiar with EFT tapping, it's a really accessible energy work technique based on the Chinese meridian system. We use the same points as acupuncturists do, but we've narrowed it down to a certain number of points that are closest to the surface of the skin, so we can stimulate them using just our fingers. And there's a lot of research. It's actually a very clinically supported technique for lowering anxiety, shifting beliefs, clearing trauma, and etc. And I just would invite you to tap along with me. I'm going to go slow. All you have to do is follow along, tapping or pressing the points that I do and repeating the words that I say out loud. And we want to collectively work together to bring some of that grace and that kindness and that ease into our self-love journey, and just take a moment to acknowledge ourselves for exactly where we are, instead of constantly hustling toward this sense of, arriving at a destination of self-love, or flipping some switch, or doing the right combination of activities that are going to make us more able to love ourselves. This is really one of the first steps to shifting where you are on that scale, is just acknowledging where you are and showing yourself grace and kindness and acceptance. And there really is no deeper form of self-love than that exactly. So we will begin on the side of the hand as always. So if you're new to this, we're just starting on this fleshy bit on the side of your hand, 2 or 3 fingers, lightly tapping. Just do what I do. Even though I don't always like myself, and self-love can be really hard, right here and right now, I'm okay. and I truly and deeply love and accept myself anyway. Even though I don't always like myself. Let alone love myself. Right here and right now, I'm okay. And I truly and deeply love and accept myself anyway. Even though I have struggled in the past to love myself. And some days, it's hard to even like myself. Right here and right now, I am okay. And I truly and deeply love and accept myself anyway. Okay, we're going to move to your eyebrow point, which is right at the beginning of your eyebrow. I don't always like myself. And some days, the idea of self-love feels really hard. I'm not sure I do love myself. What if I don't know how? It's so easy to focus on all the things I want to change about me. It's so easy to be hard on myself and wish that I was different. It's so easy, just under your arm here, to fall into the trap of believing I'm not good enough, or that I don't deserve love. In the top of your head. But the truth is, I'm human. Back to your eyebrow. The truth is, I'm learning. Outside of your eye, I am learning to love myself. Maybe no one taught me how. Maybe I didn't have good models for self-love. Maybe I haven't experienced love. Maybe I have trauma that has made loving myself difficult. I'm still learning how to love myself. And even on the days that I'm not sure I like myself, that's okay. And I'm okay. I accept myself for where I am. Okay, we're going to go back to the side of your hand. Even though I'm still learning, I'm still learning how to love myself. Right here and right now, I'm okay. And I truly and deeply love and accept all parts of me anyway. Even though I'm still learning how to accept myself for exactly who I am. And maybe I learned a long time ago that I didn't deserve love. Right here and right now, I'm okay. And I truly and deeply love and accept all parts of me anyway. Even though I'm still learning to like myself. I acknowledge that even moving toward neutrality and acceptance would be a really big step for me. Right here and right now, I'm okay. And I truly and deeply love and accept all parts of me. Okay, moving back to your eyebrow again. I don't have self-love figured out. Some days I don't even like myself. Some days I struggle to accept myself. And some days I actively dislike myself. But I acknowledge in this moment that I am open to learning. I acknowledge that self-love is a part of my human path. We are all learning how to love ourselves better. We are all learning how to accept ourselves more. And that's okay. I am okay. In this moment, I am okay. Exactly where I am. And in this moment, I choose to honor my path. I choose to honor that I am still learning. I am okay. no matter where I am in my journey to self-love. I'm going to move one more time back to the side of your hand. Even though I am learning, I choose in this moment to practice self-love by allowing myself to be exactly where I am. Even though I am still learning how to love myself. I give myself permission to start exactly where I am. Even though I'm still learning. And some days, loving myself feels really hard. I choose in this moment to honor my path and to give myself permission to be okay and to be enough wherever I am right now. And moving back to your eyebrow point, I'm still learning how to love myself. And as a human, that is exactly what I am meant to be doing. I'm still learning to love myself. And I choose to honor wherever I am on the scale. I am enough. And I am okay. Even if I'm just learning to like myself. I'm enough. And I'm okay. Even if I'm just learning self-acceptance. I'm enough, and I'm okay, even if I'm neutral. I'm enough, and I am okay, even in the moments that I don't like myself. I choose to honor myself exactly where I am. And as I learn how to love myself, I choose in this moment to allow my first act of love be acceptance for where I am. I choose to show myself grace. I choose to show myself kindness. And I look forward to learning more ways to love myself better. Love is my natural state. I am love. And as I continue on this path, may God and the universe grant me opportunities to practice loving myself. I choose to remember it isn't a destination. I choose to remember there is no passing or failing. I honor myself exactly where I am on my journey. And I trust that this is where I'm meant to be. I choose to learn to love myself. And I honor wherever I am on that pathway. I choose acceptance. I choose grace. And I choose kindness. Taking one deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now is a really beautiful time to set aside some space and some time to journal or explore any of the feelings, emotions, memories, or thoughts that may have come up while you were tapping. Your mind will often use tapping as an opportunity to explore deeper or more lingering feelings and their roots. So that information that comes to you while you're tapping or just after is very important, and it can be very insightful for you. I hope that this helped you. I hope that you are feeling calm and loved and accepted. And remember, there is no destination. There are no grades. You are exactly where you're meant to be. And your first act of self-love can be a deep sense of acceptance for where you are and understanding that there is no switch for you to flip. It's a path and you're going to fluctuate and move up and down. And as long as you're open and willing to learn and evolve and grow, you're doing exactly what you're meant to do. Thank you for joining me, and thank you so much for your time.